The inside of my nose itched. I've never gained consciousness to a smell before. Slowly I opened my eyes. Wait, when did I lose consciousness in the first place? I don't remember going to sleep or falling unconscious. That's right. Castle invited me to come to a place better for drinking tea. That's when my memory gets hazy. And since the smell of black tea is what woke me up... It's pretty obvious. I was sitting on what appeared to be a sofa in a dimly lit study. Castle sat across from me, and right before my eyes was a beautiful cup filled with hot steaming tea. I remembered. I've been here before. Wasn't it? Yeah, it's so great to see you. Yes, that voice. Just hearing it brings back memories, sure does.
久しぶりじゃない、我が主。そなたを再び我が書斎に招けるとは思わん。まさかそなたたちのゲームにまだ続きがあろうとはな。続きなんて甘いものじゃない。これが本当の最後のピリオドのゲームよ。
This was the study of feathering Augustus Aurora, the majestic witch of theater-going, drama, and spectating. Once in the past I was summoned by her in order to be her reader, her Miko.
まさか私をまた朗読役に？そなたを呼んだのは私では。我が巫女がそなたと私を引き合わせたのだ。何のために？決まってるじゃない。あんたに真実に至るための道しるべを示すた。フェザリーヌが私に示してくれるの？私は感激の間、舞台の上の役者に干渉することはあまり好まぬのだがな。バトラの退屈な芝居を感激。私の手による運命の分岐を司る死退屈に1分1秒だって耐えられないくせに。
As Feathering rocked her rocking chair, she looked up at the ceiling and chuckled. She clearly holds some key to the truth I seek. Yeah?
鍵を握っているのは文字通りそなたではないか。私にできるのはその鍵で開けることのできる鍵穴を教えることだけだ。人の子よ。
I don't remember saying anything out loud, but Feathering answered my question as though I had. Come to think of it, that's right. Feathering can read the thoughts of a mere child of man like me as easily as she can hear me speak. Well, I guess that'll help us get to the point quicker.
この鍵はお兄ちゃんがくれた。でも使うべき時に使い方がわかる。あんたたちは知ってるの？この鍵は何？お兄ちゃんはとても大切なものだと言っていた。我が巫女よ、説明せよ。いやよ、あんたが説明しなさい。主に説明をさせようというのか。たまにはその程度の舞台参加もボケ防止にいいわよ。やれやれ、エンジェの朗読の時に久々の舞台を堪能したので、もう数百年は十分だと思っていたのだがな。教えて、この鍵は何なの？そなたの決断を具現化したものだ。この物語はそなたにある決断を求めることで終わりを迎える。その決断するという行為を鍵の形に具現化したものがそなたのそれだ。私の決断を具現。そういうこと。最終的にあんたはおそらくバトラからどちらの扉を開くか、それくらいは聞かされてる？何も教えてくれない。しかるべき時が来れば、お兄ちゃんも誰も何も教えてくれない。バトラはそなたの自由意志による選択を尊重したいので。でもエンジェ、もううすうすは気づき始めてるんじゃない？バトラはあんたに選ばせたい答えがあるんじゃない？
Those words made my heart jump in my chest. It was what I had been thinking. Ani-chan is clearly trying to trick me with a vague tale, almost like a daydream, that'll take me even farther away from the truth. At the 1986 family conference, everyone had a wonderful time as they faded away. Everyone is smiling down on you from heaven, so you don't need to feel alone even in 1998. So give it your all and live on by yourself. I've clearly sensed Oni-chan's desire to end it like that. Every time I ask him about it, he dodges the issue and says something about how the decision will be mine in the end.
その通りよ。バトラは一見あなたに公平な選択肢を与えるように実際はあなたにはっきりとある一方の選択肢を選ばせようと画策しているそのための茶番のような物語をあなたはすでに延々と見せられているでしょう。
That bizarre Halloween party. With everyone acting so strange and friendly that it was almost sickening. I've already seen more than enough of that tale, so sickly sweet it makes me want to vomit. Where Ushiro Miyakinzo showered me with affection, where his children swore to support each other, where everyone was filled with happiness and hope.
仲良し小良しで煙に巻いて私を真実から遠ざけようとしているお兄ちゃんは卑怯だわ。確かにそなたから見れば卑怯とも呼べよう。しかしそなたはこのゲームのプレイヤーでありバトラがゲームマスターだというならそれは何を。かつてバトラはプレイヤーでベアとはゲームマスターだったわ。そして二人はそれぞれの真実のために戦って、そして今度は私がプレイヤーでゲームマスターはお兄ちゃんだわ。
Could it be that I've misunderstood everything from the very beginning? Oni-chan said he'd tell me what happened on that day, so I assumed that following him meant I'd learned everything. Isn't it the same as, say, Oni-chan accepting everything Beto said about the crimes being the work of a witch? What a stupid mistake I've been making. Honestly, I haven't thought about that way either.
私とお兄ちゃんの戦いのゲームだったの？それを理解せずにゲームに臨んでいたとは驚きだ。バトラは狡猾だわ。それをあんたに理解させずに最後のゲームをさっさと始めてしまう。まあかつてのベアとのゲームもそうだ。バトラはわけもわからないうちに彼女のゲームに巻き込まれていた。戦い方さえわからずにね。だから私が教えたわ。今度も同じよ。わけのわからないうちにゲームを始められてしまったあんたに私は教えに来たのよ。あんたは誰と何を戦うゲームをしているのかをね。
I was too shocked to speak. And finally, I realized what I needed to accomplish in this game. I've always been passive. I was sure that Oni-chan would tell me everything, so I naively thought I just had to believe whatever he said.
違ったのよ。そうじゃない。
This is a battle. Between me, the one who wants to reach the truth, and Oni-chan, who wants to trick me and chase me out into a 1998 where I'm all alone. All this time, I've kept on saying that Oni-chan was foolish and naive. Now I see that I was more naive than anyone else. And yet, Burncastle didn't sneer at me. On the contrary, she looked at me with that cold gaze, as if to say, so you've finally taken the first step.
理解できた？自分とその鍵の意味。
I gripped the key Oni-chan had hung around my neck, and for a while I shook with an emotion that even I couldn't understand. Now that I know Oni-chan tricked me, it'd be easy to hate him, but hating him would be missing the point. After all, this is a game between me and him. Oni-chan has done nothing but make the optimal moves for winning against me. If games aren't a playful way to communicate, if they're the process that decides who wins and who loses, then there can be no fair games. The best strategy is always to trick your enemy into defeat without telling them the rules before they even know what's going on. In that sense, Oni-chan hasn't done anything wrong. He's using that sickly sweet illusion to trick me and force me out into a lonely future. They'll be the only ones having a good time in that cat box, and I'll be the only one chased out.
ありがとう。感謝するわ。ようやく本当の意味で目が覚めてきた。バトラーを憎まないで。ゲームマスターとは本来相手を一方的に騙すものなのだから。分かってるわよ。お兄ちゃんはお兄ちゃんの立場で最善を尽くした。ただそれだけということよ。なら私も私の立場で最善を尽くさなきゃ。
My goal is now clear. October 4th and 5th, 1986. What happened on Rokkenjima those days? I need to tear off the veil covering the truth. Nothing more, nothing less.
お兄ちゃんは私にこの鍵を。そのために私に延々と。でももうごまかされないわ。私は私の望む扉を自ら選ん。ぼんやりとバトラの言いなりになっているエンジェよりはこの方が確かに私のこの。じゃあ続きを今度こそあんたに任せ。エンジェに教えてあげる。真実に至る鍵穴を教えて。私にその鍵穴を。いいだろう。まずは腰を下ろすがいい。今持ってこようぞ。
When Feathering rose from a rocking chair, my vision seemed to twist and bend. What is this? Some kind of interference? Why now, when Feathering's about to show me something important? Why is my head getting suddenly... I dug my fingernails into my knees, clenching my teeth to keep from losing consciousness. However, the world just kept twisting more and more. Except for the feel of the sofa beneath me, I couldn't sense anything at all. Okay.
Ojo.
Mm-hmm. I see. They've arrived, huh? They? The door opened, and Hachijo Toya appeared. Oh yeah, did she? What's going on? She got anyone else with her, huh? This isn't the world of witches, but the world of humans? I was sitting on a sofa, and Amakusa was behind me. There's no need to feel confused. Feathering and Hachijo Toya are the same being. To her, the difference between the two worlds is a trivial thing. To put it in the words of that theater lover, it's having a slightly different background behind the stage. So there's no reason for me to feel hesitant.
今度は八条先生と呼べば。名前というものの、ここに私とあなたがいることに、あなたは私を何と呼べばいいのか。そうね、フェザリーヌと呼ぶのも、あなたにとって、役者にとって、自分の演ずる役の名前など、仮のものです。そういうことだ、人の子よ。
フェザリーヌ
Amakusa's eyes went wide as he wondered what I was suddenly talking about. I ignored him and continued.
それであなたは私に何を見せてくれるの?
As I spoke, my eyes were caught by that heavy-looking object she held under her arm. At a glance, it looked like an encyclopedia with a fancy binding. It was that final story that Battler wrote before placing it on Beato's altar, right?
これをご存知ですか?
As Feathering spoke, she set the heavy object on the table. First thing it reminded me of was a grimoire. The heavy book had a mysterious, mystical feel to it, like something Maria One-chan might carry around. And the most remarkable feature of it was the large, sturdy lock that held it shut. Why would someone go so far to keep people from reading a book?
手に取り、裏をご覧になるといいでしょう。裏?
I flipped the heavy book over on my lap. As soon as I saw it, I gave a small gasp.
エヴァ、後ろ宮、エヴァ。
Without a doubt, those words were written there in Roman characters.
これは何? エヴァおばさんの日記?
ひょっとしてこいつ
あんた何か知ってるの?
噂程度です。エヴァ会長は秘密の日記を持っていて、それには厳重に錠前をかけていて、出先に行く時も必ず持って行ってたって話は護衛仲間。
秘密の、それがどうしてここに? 後ろ宮エヴァが息を引き取った病室にあったものです。
This diary was hidden behind her bed, so it remained in that room for some time after her death before it was found. Then, by coincidence, it was probably found by someone who worked for the hospital, or else a patient of their family. Of course, by that time, there was a huge movement dedicated to the Rokkenjima mystery. A locked diary found in the hospital room where Ushiromiya Eva spent her last moments would be absolutely priceless. The discoverer probably handed it over in secret to one of the witch hunters who would be able to accurately determine its worth. Luckily, the witch hunters who got their hands on this book were all noble and upright people. Not content to boorishly destroy the lock and reveal the truth, they simply satisfied themselves with the fact that the truth of that day just slumbered just on the other side of this mysterious lock. Thanks to that, Ava's diary has remained undamaged to this very day.
後宮家長男クラウスの妻ナツヒは日々の不満や鬱積を日記に記すことでそれを封印するというある種のまじないをしていたことがすでに知られています。同じことをエヴァおばさんもやっ
可能性はあります。その日記の蝶つがいを外すのはまるでギチギチのコルセットみたいに封印してやがる。
Makusa was right. This wasn't a diary made to be casually opened and reminisced over. It's probably safe to assume that she used this diary to forget things by writing them down and sealing them away, just like Ushiromiya Natsume did. Then she brought it with her into the hospital room and hid it behind the bed without telling anyone about it.
まさかこの日記にエヴァおばさんがあの日何があったのかを記している。中を読めば全てがわかるでしょう。しかしその錠前を外す鍵の行方がわからないのです。
I jumped. Then I looked down at my chest. That's where my brother hung that key.
鍵？
どうしたんです？鍵って？
私がずっと首にかけてたでしょ。
俺は知りません。鍵の座ぶら下げてましたか？
I understood almost immediately. In the world of humans, I haven't found the key. The me with the key is on the game board in the world of witches.
鍵を持っている私に戻してこの日記を開けるわ。
Featherin lifted a finger, spun it around, and the world twisted again. When I returned to Featherin's study, the key popped back into existence hanging from my neck. But at the same time, the diary on the lap popped. Yeah, okay. I see what's going on.
日記はどこに？ゲーム版のどこかに存在するだろう。
So either you find the diary on the game board, or you find the key in the real world.
そなたに与えられる鍵穴の一つである以上、必ずどこかにお兄ちゃんがどこかに隠している。バトラがあんたとのゲームを気取る。それはおそらく完全な意味では隠されていない。どういう意味？バトラにとって奪われたくないキングであっても、それはゲーム版に置かれていなければゲームとして成立せぬという。つまりあの後宮家のどこかにあったということ。あるいはすでにそなたには一度目に詐欺師が一番最初に見せる契約書に極小の字にてすでに悪辣なる罠が記してあるかのように。バトラがゲームマスターとしてミステリーの作法とやらにの手がかりは必ずバトラが負ける選択肢も必ず提示され
And
てい
it
る。
was the fucking thing on the altar in the chapel at the very beginning. When she was like, what is that book? And he's like, no, don't worry about that book. Don't touch it. You stay away from that. We're gonna go to my story that I've made for you, alright? You stay away from that book.
エンジェ、思い出しなさい。あんたはすでにバトラの世界でエヴァの日記を見ているはず。
In that instant, from the back of my mind, drifted the very first scene of this final game. Yep. In the chapel, a book was lying on the altar, a book with a lock on it. As soon as I showed interest in that book, my brother suddenly grew stern and told me not to touch it. Yep.
あれがエヴァおばさん。そうよ、後宮エヴァの日記。あの日の真実を記した一なる真実の書。一なる真実の書。それに本当の真実が記さだって、それはエヴァおばさんの妄言の可能性も。赤き真実で私が後宮エヴァの日記、1986年10月4日から5日にかけての
That's big.
六軒島の真実が記されている。
That's big. Okay. I'm excited. Let's go. Yeah, when is Badler gonna like remember Ange? Like, this party seems a bit Seems like there's someone missing. Oh, shit, right, fuck. The discussions over Bird Castle's reasoning game were getting passionate at each of the tables. At some point, each table had started competing to see which could solve it first.
ベルンカステル、エンジェとエリカはまだ到着しないのか？
Yeah, wherever could they be? Where are those two at, huh?
もう来てもいい頃よ。どっちが先に到着するか。
エリカが遅くなるのはともかく、一体どこの深淵に突き落としてたやら。
Huh, I wonder.
失礼ね。ちゃんとソファーに紅茶でくつろいでもらってたわよ。ベルンカステル教の好む紅茶がエンジェの口。
確かに。
失礼ね。誰の口にだって合うわよ。エリカなんか。私の紅茶はポットの最後の一滴から
Well, yeah, that's just because it's your tea, though.
綺麗に舐めとるわよ。
Attica is the #1 Burncastle simp, alright? Of course she would.
なぜそこで味噌が出てくるのか大いに疑問だぜ。
あやつとは久しぶりの再会になるな。
そういえばそうだな。名探偵殿があのベルンカステルのゲームを解くのにどの程度の
あの子は得意よ。こういうゲームは多分上から下までを3度も読んだらもう答え
だろうな。正解をご満悦で語るあいつの顔を早く見てやりたいぜ。
いやいや、それどころかあやつのいろいろとへりくつをつけてバトラ一家以外にも犯行は可能だなどと言いかねんぞ。
What? That's crazy. Attica? No.
だな。むしろ正解よりその自信たっぷりのへりくつが聞きたい気分だ。
Apparently, Battler and Beto were looking forward to their reunion with Attica. They had already dueled with Attica in 2 separate games. But now, there was no distinction between foes and allies. They truly wanted to welcome her to this party after the show as a friend.
それにしても、ちょっと。
何が？
だって。あんたがこんなにもあっさりエンジェを解放するなんて。
Making sure that Battler and the others couldn't see her face, Lambda Delta Yep.
そんなに意外？
ええ、意外よ。ベルンのことだから解放せずに次々とバトラに難問を突きつけていじめ抜いたり、あるいはエンジェにおかしなことを吹き込んでゲームを最後にかき回してくれる程度のことをするんじゃないかと
Burncastle
思
putting
って
some
た。
ideas in Angie's head to try to turn the game around? What? No. Burn would never do something like that. That's crazy. Lambda, you're so silly.
ベルンのことを世界で誰よりも知っているつもりでいたの。予想が外れてがっかりよ。
言うわね。でも安心して。やはりあんたは私のことを世界で一番理解しているの。
そりゃそうよ。このラムダデルタ様は全宇宙で一番ベルンのことを愛してて大好きで理解しちゃってるんだから。
Lambda Delta was flustered by Burncastle's apparently friendly words, which were very rare coming from her.
バトラ様、ご歓談中、失礼、エンジェ様がお帰りになりました。
おお、よかった。無事か？
雨に少し濡れてしまったようで、今、熊沢がタオルを用意しております。
When Battler heard this, he breathed a sigh of relief. Then he turned to face Burncastle, showing her a forced smile as though apologizing for still suspecting her just a little. What? Why would you be suspicious towards Burn in any way? Burncastle showed no reaction, simply continued to wear a blank expression with a slight smile.
エンジェ様のお帰りでございます。
ただいま。
Oh yeah, she's
バトラ、
she's serious. I'm back.
エンジェが帰ったぞ。
エンジェ、よかった。
She stared at Battler as he dashed towards her with a relieved smile. Angie's expression seemed somehow indifferent.
バトラったらあんたのことを私が鎖か何かで岩牢に吊る。
いやいや、そこまでは思ってなかったぜ。
ベルンカステルの友人の家で紅茶をごちそうになってただけよ。なかなか美味しかったわ。
味噌とか梅干しは入ってなかったか？
入ってるわけないでしょ。
As Angie spoke bluntly, she walked right past her brother and exchanged a few whispered words with Burncastle.
どうしたバトラ？
ああ、いや、なんでもない。
he said he was lonely because his little sister was being so cold, Beato would either laugh at him or scratch him. After all, Angie was a girl at that age. She might be in a bad mood for reasons a boy like him couldn't understand. Taking note of this and having satisfied himself that Angie was okay, he made to walk away.
バトラ、エンジェが呼んでいるぞ。
ああ、すまん。
さっきから呼んでるわよ。無視しないで。
Oh.